Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
Wake your ass up, fool. John J. and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? John J. and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to John J. and Rich. Wake your ass up.
John J. and Rich. It's Monday, February 24th. Sitting across me, Rich Barra.
Yo.
Sitting to my right, Kyle Unfug. And back from Europe, Payton Whitmore.
Payton's back! Yay!
We missed you, Payton.
I missed you guys too. It feels good. I feel comfortable.
So let's get into this emergency vacation you took.
It was kind of an emergency vacation. It was a vacation that I found out about like 3 months prior, maybe, but also like 3 weeks prior, kind of something like that. So actually it was a really, really cool opportunity that I got to go to Europe. I flew into Amsterdam and then drove to Belgium. I signed my family up to be on a game show, and we got picked and chosen to go. So about 3 weeks ago, we got an email saying, hi, your flights are booked. You guys are going to Amsterdam to film this show. The show's called The Quiz with Balls, and it's basically like Jeopardy and Family Feud and Wipeout all mixed together.
Wild.
Yeah.
Is it,
So
amazing. Is it a Belgium show?
Well, it was originally a Belgian show, and then they Americanized it. So Jay Farrow's the host of the show. You can go and watch like last season on Hulu, but it was seriously once in a lifetime opportunity and an experience. Like, I went with my mom, my dad, my little brother Jalen, and my sister Dominique. So
I've watched a couple of episodes of that game show, and just to give you an idea, and I can't wait to see Peyton's family.
I know.
Peyton's family is absolutely a home run for this show. Like, they ask you a trivia question, right? One of the things, they ask you a trivia question, let's say you're in front of a pool that has like a 20-foot drop.
Yeah.
And they ask you the question, if you get it wrong, without knowing, a ball drops and comes all the way, a big boulder, like mushy ball, and bam, hits you from behind and knocks you into the pool if you get it wrong, right? That's one of the things that happen on the show, right?
That's exactly right.
So it's going to be a blast when this show airs. And when do you have an air date?
We have no idea when the episode's going to air, so it'll be, I think in the summer, maybe? I don't know. We'll see, though. I'll let you guys know, but it was pretty cool. It was a really amazing experience.
Was it taped in Amsterdam or in Belgium?
It was taped in Belgium.
Okay.
When you find out, we got to have a watch party somewhere.
I know. Oh, we already have that planned. Yeah, you know my family. You know, we all like attention sometimes. So we're like, everybody come together and watch us on this TV show.
What's the name of the show again?
The show's called The Quiz with Balls.
The Quiz with Balls.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were when you flew to Amsterdam, and Europe is so small, right? So like just driving to Belgium, driving to another country is like a piece of cake. It's not like a 20-minute drive or something.
It was like an hour and a half drive, yeah.
So you landed in Amsterdam. You couldn't fly into Belgium?
I don't think we could because we flew into Antwerp, so I don't think there's like an airport over there. Maybe. I don't know.
You drove to Antwerp?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we drove to Antwerp, Belgium, and then the second day we were there, we actually had an Uber driver from the first night we were there, and he offered to be like our tour guide for the next day, so he actually drove us from Belgium back to Amsterdam, and then we did the day in Amsterdam, came back to Belgium, and then the third day we filmed the game show.
So the game show was 1 day of filming?
1 day of filming. It was like a 14-hour day, no phones.
So the highlight would be Amsterdam, outside of the game?
Outside of the game would be Amsterdam. It was so fun. We did the Heineken beer tour, which I was all over. And then we did like a canal tour.
that sounds cool.
We went to like this little, like, I guess it was like a little farmland kind of thing where you got to see all the windmills and
the wooden shoes.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
wooden
cool.
shoes, how they make
love
the
that.
cheese and all that stuff. And then, we like did like a 5D flight simulator over like Holland, over Amsterdam. So that was cool too.
Did you go to Anne Frank's house?
We didn't go to Anne Frank's house. We didn't have enough time.
Did you go to the Rijks Museum and see Rembrandt's?
No. We didn't get to do all like the touristy stuff, so.
Did you go to a smoke shop?
We did.
Well, that's the touristy stuff.
That was actually really cool. After we did the Heineken tour, there was like a little cafe where you could go in and it's like a dispensary and then you buy like this, like your weed, and then you go into a cafe and you roll up your joint and you enjoy your coffee and your joint.
Yeah, that's been
Which
like
was
that for
pretty
like
awesome.
30 years. It's so crazy because the United States kind of like just caught on kind of to that stuff. But
Yeah.
I remember all my friends going down there and always going to the they're called something like coffee shops or something
Yeah,
simple.
something like that. It's like one side's a coffee shop and then the other side's like a dispensary, and it comes together.
So you did that and got totally high?
Yeah, it was
and then
awesome.
where'd you go after you were high?
We went on the canal tour, so that was a trip.
Literally.
Yeah. But it was a really awesome experience, especially just to do that with my family as like adults.
Oh, 100%.
Any big fights?
Not any really big fights. There was one little issue I got into it with my sister about, and it was the rooming situation because I signed us all up for this game show. I was kind of the point contact for the people in Europe and the producers, and for the 5 of us, we only had 3 rooms. And so I felt like because I put all the work in, I should get my own room. My sister didn't agree with that. She feels like because she's the oldest and she has 3 kids, that means that she gets her own room. And I disagree with that. I don't care.
So what happened?
I ended up giving her the room because I'm a good person.
Why couldn't you and her share a room?
Because no, that wouldn't work.
Then you would fight.
Then we would
So then
definitely not get along.
your brother and you shared a room?
Me and my brother Jalen shared a room. Yeah.
So what did you think about the Dutch tradition? Because I'm half Mexican, half Dutch. I grew up in Mexico most of my whole life, but I did go to Holland twice. What did you think of the culture there and the sayings there and the food there?
Well, the food, I really didn't eat much. I'm kind of a picky eater, not going to lie. So I struggled. We went to McDonald's twice.
You're a full-on American, man.
Yeah. But I can say I love the Dutch. Like, love the Dutch. They're very, like, straightforward and kind of blunt and kind of have RBF. But when you talk to them, they're, like, so nice and so kind.
What's RBF?
Also, they're really tall.
Resting bee face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, when you walk by them, like, if you smile, they don't smile back. Or if, like, you wave, they don't wave back.
That must be the Dutch side of me.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But when you talk to them, though, they're so social and they were so awesome and so nice. And I learned this word. It's called lekker. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's so lekker. Like, that's so cool. Kyle, you're lekker.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah, girl. Lekker. Like, I love it. And I hope it comes to the States. I love that thing.
When I was a kid, my dad would say, it was a tradition, after you had good food, you take your hand and you put it by your ear and you wave it and you go, lekker.
Mm-hmm.
Did people do that?
I didn't notice that.
Lekker. It pretty much meant like delicious.
Yeah.
Kyle, you're delicious.
Thanks.
I saw it more so with, like, the fashion. Like, they'd be like, oh, your outfit's lekker.
It must. I mean,
Well, that
I'm
works.
telling you from a man who's 66 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the way
The
he
word
grew
has
up.
morphed
Yeah.
and changed.
Yeah.
A delicious outfit's good, though, right? That works kind of.
Yeah, of course. And also, like, the shopping in Europe is just so much better out there. Everybody's so fashionable and just I love them. I want to go back.
Did you eat any Dutch cheese? You didn't do the Dutch cheese thing?
Of course I ate Dutch
okay,
cheese.
good.
I love cheese.
Good. I love cheese too. Well, good. Well, we're glad you're back, Payton Whitmore. Very glad you're back. Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things you need to know?
I'm going to tell you the benefit that unattractive people have in court. Next, with John, Jay, and Rich.
Woke up with a new day.
John, Jay, and Rich are live on the free iHeartRadio app.
Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
Pope Francis was in critical condition as of yesterday. Blood test showed early kidney failure. He remains alert and responsive, attended Mass, but he is battling pneumonia and a complex lung infection on top of the early kidney failure. Disney theme park ticket prices are going to jump up. Kind of like airlines and Uber does. Surge pricing, Disneyland's going to do the same thing. So fares are going to start increasing as more tickets sell. This is so lame. This is so lame. And they say this surge pricing could be introduced by the end of March. So right in time for everyone's spring break.
Yeah, that's a bummer because you can go when you're on vacation. And that's what they're going to surge price it.
Right.
Yep. Based on demand. So they did this research, and I found this fascinating because we've talked about pretty privilege. You know what I mean? Like attractive people always get all the breaks. However, apparently that doesn't apply in court. They found when people make judgments about defendants' guilt, they actually tend to be more lenient toward unattractive faces. The study actually showed significant effects of facial attractiveness. Participants were just more likely to judge unattractive faces as innocent compared to those both neutral and attractive faces.
That's why Rich always gets out of speeding tickets.
Never been guilty, not once.
So it's a little benefit.
Let that poor fella go.
That should work.
And instead of pretty privilege, they're calling this ugly leniency effect.
Heck yeah. I'll lean right into that.
And that's 3 things you need to know.
Peyton is back. It's time for horoscopes. Peyton, what's the vibe today?
I'm going to tell you your headline for the week based on your zodiac sign.
Samantha, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
What's your sign?
I am a Sagittarius.
Okay, so Sagittarius, Samantha, if there was a picture of you on a magazine, your headline would be, I'll just have one drink, turns into full-blown adventure. It started off so innocently, you were going to grab one drink with your friends, cut to 5 hours later, and you're in an Uber to an after party, and you've made 5 new besties, and there's a strong chance that you signed up for some random dance competition. No one does spontaneous chaos like you, and this week has a treat coming in for it.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Samantha.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Too. Hi, Sarah. What's your sign?
It's a Scorpio. We're going to stick with the S's.
Scorpio. Okay, your headline is trust issues confirmed. You were right to be suspicious. You had a feeling, Scorpio, and that gut instinct was screaming at you. And guess what? You were 100% right. Somebody tried to play you this week, and now you're side-eyeing everything like a detective in a crime drama. And honestly, you should start charging for your investigative services starting like right now.
That is such a great idea. And it is so true. Yeah, I'll side-eye you.
Yes, go get your little side hustle this week, Sarah.
All right. Yay. Thank you. I'm glad to have you back, too, Peyton.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad to be back.
Drive safe, Sarah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike, good morning. What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo, just like John Jay. Okay, the headline for you guys. Perfectly crafted email goes unnoticed, ... Rage ensues. So you spent an hour making sure that work email or text was flawless, correct punctuation, proper spacing, even a friendly yet professional closing line. And what happened? Nothing. No response, no thanks, no acknowledgement. And now you Virgos are plotting your revenge, which, let's be real, means sending a polite but firm follow-up.
Nice. I love it. Love it. Welcome back, Peyton.
Thank you.
All right, Mike. Thanks, man. Darylyn, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your sign?
Libra.
Just like Kyle. Okay, Libras, your headline for the week
Love
is
Kyle.
person who can't decide on anything somehow chooses toxic ex again. Libras, you can't decide what to order at brunch, but this decision was immediate. Your friends tried to warn you, but there you are texting your ex like, hey stranger, to someone who made your life like a soap opera. And at this point, we'll grab the popcorn and just watch the show.
Amazing. You guys are great. That's pretty funny.
That is funny.
She's not admitting it's true.
I know, right? Full denial from my Libras, but we know.
Thanks, Darylyn.
Yeah, we know. Have a beautiful day.
Drive safe. What's up, Shanae?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Shanae the Gemini.
All right, Geminis, your headline for the week is local gossip machine claims they're so low-key while spilling everybody else's drama. You swear you don't like the drama in the tea, but yet somehow you always have the dish on every situation, every relationship, and every messy detail of someone's weekend. You don't create the dramas. You are the first one to know about it, though, and let's be honest, you love every second of it, Geminis.
You know, that is absolutely true. I don't talk about it, but I always happen to know.
I know. You got it like that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shanae. Have a great day. November, the Taurus. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Taurus, November. This is your headline for the week. Person cancels plans. Taurus feels instantly relieved. You said yes to something last week, but the moment you saw it on your calendar, your soul left your body. And then, oh joy, your plans got canceled and suddenly you have a free night to lounge in sweatpants, order takeout, and binge watch your favorite TV show that you've watched 12 times. Pure bliss coming for you this week.
That is so me. That's so me. Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
I remember.
I love it. All right.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. How about Pisces?
Yeah, Richie, and we're in Pisces season.
Oh,
so
yeah, right on.
welcome. We have arrived. Pisces, your headline for this week is Daydreamer spends 45 minutes in fantasy world instead of answering important texts. You were just about to respond to that one text, and then you fell into a deep daydream where you became famous, moved to Europe, and then had a dramatic, slow burn love story. Next thing you know, it's been a couple hours, and now people think you ghosted them. Time to text your people back, Rich.
Daydreaming's so much more fun.
How about for you for Leos?
Yes, for Leos, this week our headline is Main Character Syndrome Strikes Again. I was born for this. Somebody paid a Leo a simple compliment this week, and now we've decided that we are unstoppable. Maybe if it was about our outfit, maybe if it was about our voice, maybe if it was about how we just existed. Either way, our Leo confidence level is through the roof, and we are considering auditioning for a reality show. I feel like this fits me for today.
Totally.
Pretty perfect.
100%. All right, we're going to get to your sign. Peyton's got them all posted on our website, johnjaneandrich.com. Hey, Kathleen, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to call in. I'm actually from Phoenix, and I listened to your show 20 years ago, and it's just so delightful to now be in Portland and get to listen to you guys here. It's just
right
such
on.
a full circle event.
Right on Z100 in Portland.
Yeah, Z100 in Portland.
How long you been living in Portland?
I've lived in Portland for 8 years.
Did you just find us?
No, I've been listening since 2005.
But it took you 8 years to call in to tell us you're listening to us in Portland on Z100?
I know.
Why aren't you just grateful that she's out there?
What are you even doing, Kathleen?
God, Kathleen's been listening for a while. She knows your personality, John.
Wait, what happened today? What happened today that made you call to tell us? And I'm very grateful, but I'm just curious.
I've been meaning to call in and say this because when I first moved up here and heard your guys' voice, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy, but also so mad I never got to do Remember the Time. And I used to listen to that all the time. And then I just turned the car on today, and you guys said, hey, call in. You had the number. And I said, today's the day. I got to tell them how much they brought joy to my life.
Well, we should save your digits for Remember the Time.
Or pull out an old Remember the Time to see how good she is. You don't have one in the can?
I would lose it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Rich got to have one in the can, Mr. Remember the Time. Let's see how.
Remember the Time?
Remember the Time?
Can one of you guys stick one?
Remember the Time?
Remember
You
this
just stick a rando up there.
I feel like so many more years of passive content. I'd be way worse now. I only had, so many years back in the day to have to remember.
You probably would have got it if you would have called us 8 years ago when you first heard us.
Yeah, I know.
Today's the last day she's going to listen.
Why did you move to Portland?
I moved to Portland for a job. You know how it is.
Okay, I got one for
and
you.
It's the most delightful city.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, Kathleen.
How could you possibly want me right now?
In any state, my wife, you arouse me.
My water just broke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Play that Blink-182 song too.
Isn't this crazy? I wound up living back in my old bedroom. I moved in here when I was 5. Now here we are again.
I love you, wait, Wilson. We can fight this.
You're right. The cancer's only in my liver, lungs, prostate, and brain. All things I can live without.
Okay.
What year do you think that happened?
Oh, okay. So I heard a few movie clips in there that I've definitely seen. Could not remember. Rihanna's Work is standing out because it's right after I got my first job and I was taking the bus and there was constantly on work. And I think that was a couple years in my job. I want to say 2014, 2015. I was in California at the time. You know what? Let's go 2016.
One more time? Say it again.
Let's go 2016. I think it was a few years after I got out of college. I had my few, not to date myself, and had a few bus rides where I was listening to work. Let's see.
Well, you're pretty good. It was 2016.
Wow.
Yes, okay. This is the best morning of my life. I've got to tell you. I didn't expect it to go this way.
You win totally nothing, but that was amazing.
Wow.
Maybe
we can find something.
I just wanted that moment, you guys. That you made my year with that. I can't even tell you.
Well, thank you so much for listening, Kathleen. And welcome to Portland 8 years ago.
Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too.
Hey, better wake up. Wake up. We're live.
On the radio. John Jay and Rich wake you up.
We got stacks and hacks. I got stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. A random poll asked, where do you brush your teeth? 71% of people said in the sink in front of the mirror. That's the correct answer, by the way. 20% of people say they walk around the house while brushing their teeth. 3% of people say they sit somewhere. An additional 3% of people say they sit on the toilet and brush their teeth.
Ew.
So I just thought I'd throw it out there. If you brush your teeth somewhere different that I haven't said just yet, call 877-937-1047. Where do you brush your teeth? I think are we all on the same page?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
and-
mean, I walk around.
You walk around? 3% of people say they walk around. Brushing in the shower wasn't an option. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but if you're looking to multitask, it definitely beats brushing while on the toilet.
They got those water flosses, or the water flossers for the shower now. Amazing. Game changer.
Some thieves in France stole a guy's credit card. They bought some lottery tickets, and they won big. But they can't come forward without getting caught. So the victim is offering to split the pot with them if he gets his stuff back. Interesting scenario. There's a video going viral online where someone shows a for sale sign outside of a home. There's also a sign right above that that says free eggs with purchase of house. Is it a joke? No one knows. A college kid in China made some headlines after setting his inflatable sex doll on fire so his roommate wouldn't catch him with it. It set off the fire alarm in his dorm and everyone found out about it.
Wow.
A woman was arrested Friday after she was caught looting a home that was burned in the Palisades fire at L.A. last month. When she was handcuffed, she was wearing a T-shirt that said Palisades Strong. Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
I know a guy, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and his friends, the whole neighborhood burnt down except for his house, a couple other houses, and he has to hire security because people are looting the houses that didn't burn down.
That's sad.
Yeah, I know. The guy and his 12-year-old son got stranded overnight when hiking in Utah. And they found someone else's abandoned backpack, and it saved them. It had blankets, flares, and a small tent inside.
Oh, wow. That's an answered prayer.
Someone went online and asked, what's a food most people love but you hate? I have the top 5 answers. What do you think?
Bacon.
Tomatoes.
You know what? Kyle's answer is really good, but it's not in the top 5. Because you sit there, why do you hate bacon?
Ugh.
Like bacon. I mean, I don't eat bacon. I love the smell of it. I love the way it tastes when I crunch and eat it, but I don't eat bacon.
Spicy chicken wings.
Tomatoes, no. Nope. Ramen is number 5. Burritos, number 4. Popcorn, number 3. Sushi, number 2. Cheeseburgers, number 1.
How can you not love a cheeseburger?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone loves cheeseburgers, but some people hate it. The Wiggles. Are you kids into the Wiggles, Kyle? Were they ever into the Wiggles?
No.
My kids were really into the Wiggles. Well, they've released a new song with Dolly Parton, or a Dolly Parton song. They've changed it up a little bit.
Counting 1, 2, 5. There's nothing better when you get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's only the beginning. You just use your mind. You don't ever need to sweat it when you're counting. There really is no limit.
Captain America: Brave New World is still the number 1 movie at the box office. Spider-Man 4 is being pushed back to July of 2026. And the website, MovieWeb, ranked comedies, the top 10 comedies that are funny from start to finish. Start to finish.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber did not make the top 10.
Stop
Ace
it.
Ventura: Pet Detective.
Nope.
Shrek.
Nope.
Step Brothers.
Bridesmaids.
Surprisingly, Step Brothers didn't make it. Another Will Ferrell movie is number 2.
Anchorman.
Nope.
What?
Yeah, let me go over some of these. Blazing Saddles is number 9. Black Dynamite is number 8. Monty Python is number 7. Caddyshack is 6. Superbad is number... Oh, Anchorman is number 4. My apologies. Anchorman is number 4. Weird, the Al Yankovic Story is number 3. Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga with Will Ferrell.
Oh,
Remember that
really?
one? That's number 2.
Wow.
The number 1 movie that is funny from start to finish, and I won't argue with this, is Airplane.
It's pretty good.
What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
So we've talked about like things that you use instead of the things that you originally are supposed to use that are even better. For instance, like we've talked about if you're out of hair conditioner, vodka works a lot better than hair conditioner in your hair, so do it. Well, if you're out of shaving cream, these skin experts say, it's not beef tallow, by the way. It is olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Works on your face if you need to shave your legs. They say it works even better than shaving cream. So go to the kitchen. Go to the cabinet, go to the spice rack, and get your shaving cream right there. Those life hacks and many more can be found at johnjandrich.com.
Broadcasting live across the world right now. This is the John Jay and Rich radio program.
It's John Jay and Rich. Shoot us a text. Text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to 96893. You can also call us at 877-937-1047. I think everybody's got a story about their dog that ate something that they weren't supposed to eat. Kyle has one. We're going to hear hers. Then we want to hear yours. 877-937-1047. What did Daisy do?
So my mom was staying with me last week because Scott was out of town for work. And she called me on Friday, pretty frantic, and was like, Daisy, I had gotten these chocolates and I was going to take them home with me, and Daisy ate them. And she's all worried because, you know, everything you've heard about dogs eating chocolate. It's supposed to be very dangerous. So she said she had hopped on the call with the emergency vet, and they were asking her all the questions and told her to keep an eye on Daisy and see if, like, she had started throwing up or had diarrhea or any symptoms of that kind of thing. And if she did, to bring her in immediately. And Daisy has eaten chocolate in the past. Like, I've had that same freak out, so I wanted to calm her down. I'm like, you know what? She'll be fine. She's had Kit Kats. She's had Snickers. She gets into all, like, if you leave a snack anywhere, in a backpack anywhere on the floor, she will somehow get into it. So I was like, please don't worry about it. My mom was so sure. She's like, I was just freaking out. Like, what if she died? Not on my watch, you know? And so I got home and I realized it was like the super dark chocolate, which is supposed to be the most toxic for dogs.
Oh, that's terrible.
So then I started freaking out because, like, she's had a lot of milk chocolate, but not a lot of dark chocolate. Thank God, like, she was just fine. She was fine. She didn't even so much as have a little bit of diarrhea. Like, she was walking around like, you know, no big deal. And so now, like, I feel mostly bad just for my mom. Like, I feel like I need to replace the chocolate at this point.
Like, where'd that come from, that dogs can eat chocolate? Because I hear stories of dogs eating chocolate all the time and they're fine.
I don't
Somebody
know.
who hated Hershey's?
I think it is, like, I think it really probably does depend on the type of chocolate. If it's like actual real cacao, it's probably, it's like really toxic for them. But I think every dog has a different stomach, because it totally reminded me of when we got a phone call from my in-laws, and they had to bring their dog, Bentley, into surgery because he had eaten my mother-in-law's watch that she got from her dad.
Oh, my God.
A full watch. A full-on watch. They were like,
tasty.
Like, but you know what? The dog passed the watch. They didn't end up having to get surgery.
And then, did she still wear it?
No, it was a little messed up, but yeah.
Takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
That dog passed the time.
Amy, what'd your dog eat?
Hello.
Hi.
He ate my daughter's baby bottle tops. Like, I was cleaning the bottles, and he got on the counter, ate it, and it got stuck in his intestines and swelled up, and he had to get surgery.
Oh, poor baby.
It was $1,500 to get a baby bottle.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was the worst.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for sharing it.
Thanks.
877-937-1047. Is there an X-ray, Kyle, of the watch? That'd be such a weird.
I'll
looking
have to
X-ray.
ask him. I'll have to ask him, because Bentley, their dog Bentley, eats everything. He has eaten, like, his problem. He's had 3 surgeries now, and the vet actually said if he eats another sock, we cannot give him another surgery.
Oh, my God.
So because he's had 3 different surgeries from eating socks, they just can't, like, he couldn't pass them at all.
What's crazy?
Socks is big with dogs. Just yesterday, my dog Charlie, our golden retriever, this is really weird, and I'm sure it's common, but he eats all the other dogs' poops, right?
Oh, you know what? My sister's dog had that, and the vet said it's like, actually, it's called something. It's called like cropophagia.
Is it like a
It's a
mineral?
mineral deficiency.
Yeah, so we've tried to give him the vitamins that he needs, and he still does it. And just yesterday morning, my wife was sitting outside by the pool, sitting on a chair, and I was in the hot tub. She was talking to me, and Charlie gets up there, and then she always kisses the dog, and the dog kisses her face, and she starts going, whoa, smell like poop.
licking the face thing in general grosses me out.
Not me.
Yeah, I know you're not into that.
I mean, dogs are cool, but I don't want them to lick my face.
Otto, what'd your dog eat?
Yes. He ate a bouncy ball like you buy in the old-fashioned like quarter machines.
Oh, yeah.
I think that, like, because like dogs love chasing balls. You probably got it. It was like, whoop, too small, whoop.
Exactly. And it ended up getting stuck in his intestines.
Oh, no.
And the doctor said, it should have probably just passed, but it didn't. And he had to have surgery.
Poor guy.
Surgery's tough. My dog Tugs, I had an English bulldog, and I remember because before I knew I had sleep apnea, I snored so much. My wife slept with earplugs, and they were orange earplugs. You get them at Walgreens or whatever. And I remember one time I was taking the dog out for a walk, and he pooped, and an earplug shot out of his butt like a dart.
Oh my gosh!
Like, it made the noise, and he shot out. I was like, oh my god!
I feel so much better.
And then another time, I remember I had to go to some black tie function, and I was trying to be obnoxious, and my bow tie was all rhinestones, and Tugs ate the bow tie, and I didn't know that until he pooped out rhinestones.
Oh my
And they were like, his poop was glittery and sparkly, like beautiful poop. I was like, wow, that's beautiful poop, Tugs. Kiara, good morning. What did your dog eat?
Good morning. Hey, so I actually have two. I'm going to try to make them quick, though. So my dad is a mechanic. He owns a shop in Phoenix, and he has a couple of guard dogs. So I had a friend drop off her car after hours, and she was like, where do I put my key? Like, who do I give it to? Because we're not there, Avi. And I was like, just put it in, like, a bottle and, like, try to throw it on top of a car or whatever, and I'll get it the next day. So she does that, but she doesn't make it, and the dog gets a hold of the bottle and tears through the bottle, and they take her key. Like, the next day I show up to work, and we don't find the key anywhere, so I think they passed the key.
Oh, my God.
And that'd be safe if it was one of those, like whenever the dog gets next to the car, the doors unlock. What's the other one?
Okay, so really quick, the other one is we had a dog who was just a menace, and he took one of my boyfriend's sandals, and he ate a whole piece of the leather from the sandal.
Yeah, dogs love to eat leather.
Yeah,
Couches.
Our dogs eat all our shoes. It's terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad, but yeah, they were both fine though, like no surgery, nothing.
Good.
They just like nothing.
Thanks, Kara.
Yeah, the other ones eat car parts all the time, so it's
Car parts?
You go from Kiara to Ciara. Ciara, hi. Ciara.
Hi. So my dog doesn't eat anything weird, but on the lines of your dog eating poop, she likes to roll around and poop, and she will literally rub it all over her neck. It's very weird. She's a 3-year-old husky, and I Googled it, and they said that it's because they're related to wolves, and they do that in the wild to mask their scent. And so she loves to roll around and poop. So when I walk her, I have to make sure she stays away from anybody's poop.
She's going rolling.
She's like using it as perfume.
I would think that their predators would know now, be like, hey, I still smell something.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, master scent. What's that? It smells like crap. Must be a husky. You know?
Well, I mean, is it the wolf is rolling around in, like, the thing it's hunting's poo, so they think they smell one of their own. And then the wolf sneaks up on them.
Oh, that
very clever.
Sneaky.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I
Sierra.
don't know, but it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Cody, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Okay, so I worked at a vet clinic for a long time, and we had a bunch of crazy stories. And this one that stuck out for me, this lady, she calls in, and she's all frantic, saying her dog is pooping out its intestines. We're like, okay, bring her down so we can, see what these intestines are. The dog's pooping out. It's a bunch of hair ties and rubber bands coming out of the dog's bottom.
Oh.
That happened to me yesterday.
So always watch out for those hair ties and stuff. And I was going to say my favorite word that I always used in the vet world was eating poop, which is coprophagia.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a beautiful name.
My dog loved it too. But yeah, and watch out for the hair ties.
Okay.
Good advice.
Thank you. Hey, Noah. Hi. Noah. Hi. How old are you, Noah?
I'm 11.
You got a dog story?
Yeah. So my sister's room is very messy, and she ate candy wrappers
and 2 of her mascaras.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Dogs love to eat that makeup and lipstick.
Mascara.
I would be so mad at that dog. I
know.
Excuse you?
Noah, thank you for sharing that story. Drive safe,
you.
Noah. Drive safe.
Because
Hilarious.
Noah's definitely driving himself to school right now.
It was a joke.
That's why I love her.
John, Jane, Rich, Lainey, thanks for holding.
Hi.
What's going on?
So, yeah, I need to vent about my boyfriend. And he is my best friend. I can't imagine my life without him. So I just want to say that to start. But I just have one very specific thing that he does that I am just so done with. And it's that, it doesn't matter who or what it is, he will not pick up the phone to make a phone call. And I literally have to make phone calls for him. If our takeout is missing an item, I have to call. If he needs to make a dentist appointment, this is a grown man. I am calling for him to make his dentist appointment, and it's driving me freaking crazy. He's been like this for years, and he always is like, oh, it's my anxiety. It's my anxiety. I don't like being on the phone, which I totally get. And the majority of the time, it's totally fine. But there's just sometimes where I'm very busy, and even he can't call the maintenance man in our complex. So I have to, do that too. And then it's we have to wait to get someone to come and, whatever service we need in our apartment. So it's crazy, and it's driving me insane.
At first, when you were saying this, I thought when you said he wouldn't pick up his phone to call anyone, I thought he always has to speak on speakerphone.
Oh.
It did not go that way.
That would be way more annoying.
No, but I could see how this would be really annoying because Lainey's like, listen, I'm not your personal secretary. I think there's some things you could take care of yourself.
By the way, I just made my own dentist appointment today.
Good
How'd
job,
that go?
John Jay.
It was great. I was going to ask Lainey to do it for me.
You're really growing up.
No, but I really did. 24th, 1 o'clock.
It's like a mental block. I'm it's not that hard. I get it. I feel like that sometimes too, but it's once you actually just do the call, it's quite easy and painless, I would say. So
Let me give you 2 different points of view, okay? And these are both, one's from a podcast I was just listening to about health, and there's this thing there are people really getting into gut health right now, how important gut health is.
Microbiomes.
Yes. And one of the side effects of something in your gut is anxiety and being afraid to do things like that because of something in his gut. So you might want to Google that or look into gut health because that could change. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. It's something to do with the pastas and the bread and all that stuff, and it gives you anxiety and you can't do stuff. You want to leave your house. That's one thing. The other thing is, I was just watching this new documentary that came out on HBO Max, on Max. And it's called We Beat the Dream Team. And it's about the 1992 college guys that were put together to play against Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and all these guys. And they trained them to go to the Olympics. And this team, college team, beat them. And it was scrubbed and no one ever talked about it. And it's great because they got the footage of the game. And it's a really great documentary. It's only an hour and a half. And in it, they talked about the difference between anxiety to do something, being nervous, or excitement. And they would take the anxiety and they turned it into excitement. It's all how you use your words, they would say. We had so much anxiety to play against Michael Jordan. And they changed it to be, I'm so excited to play against Michael Jordan. And they beat Michael Jordan. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe he should be excited to call the maintenance man.
Love that.
Look at you.
I need you to call Luis
The power
and get this raked up.
positive thinking.
Yes. Change.
Yeah,
Words have meaning. Words have power. So those are 2 different ways of thought.
Yeah, what do they say? They say the same brain that gives you anxiety is the same brain that can make you feel totally fine about
That's
something.
impossible.
It's the same brain.
It's true.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
there's some advice.
Well, thank you. I really like that. I have to watch that documentary.
Yeah, it's called We Beat the Dream Team. Highly recommend it. It's got some of the biggest names in basketball. It's fantastic.
And then I guess if all else fails, I'll just get him some probiotics.
Yeah, I do that first. I would do that. I'm dead serious. I have to say, first of all, I am not a physician.
This is not
Although
medical advice.
I am not a licensed physician, Chaka. Do you ever watch that, Land of the Lost? With Will Ferrell? It's one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies.
That used to be one of your favorite lines. You used to say that all the time.
Although I am not a medical doctor, I am a licensed physician. I am neither, Lainey. Okay, I am neither. Have a great day.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Bye-bye. You loving Will Ferrell so much. That movie got trash. I think it's one of my favorite Will Ferrell
I know,
movies.
and you said that so many times, and I always meant to watch it. I just never did.
In fact, I bet your kids like it now. They watch like live movies now, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all dinosaurs and it's weird stuff and it's Chaka, this weird monkey man, and it's young. I think it's young. So good. And it's Danny McBride.
I love him.
I was in a sheer dress the day that we met.
It's John, Jay, and Rich. Lewis.
Yo, hello.
What's up, man? You're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Hey, yeah, no, thanks for having me.
What's up?
Well, I guess it's like a dirty little secret. So, like my roommate is, just to give you a little context real quick, he's a major germaphobe, like full-on paranoid, always freaking out about getting sick. And I got a little something last week, like a little bug. And, I mean, immediately when I came home, he had me quarantined in my room, literally like to the point where he was bringing me like all my meals and everything into my room so that I didn't have to leave. And the only time I would leave my room is like to go to the bathroom. But so, I mean, he was great. He was doing a great job. But one night last week, I woke up in the middle of just like, you know, like in the middle of the night, like coughing, my brain's out, and I couldn't breathe. And I got up and my water bottle was empty. So I like kind of staggered into the kitchen and I just started drinking out of whatever I could find. And it turned out it was the orange juice, and it was his orange juice. And I drank straight from the bottle. And, yeah, I forgot to tell him, and now he's sick.
You totally got the germaphobe sick.
yeah. Oh, no, I definitely did.
After he was so nice to you, too. He's bringing you your meals.
I know, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I don't even do that to my kids. Like, yeah, if you're sick, you still probably come out in the kitchen, get your own food.
Right. So it's still like you can. I'm going to try to make you feel less bad about it because, I mean, he's your roommate, so you guys have to share the same space. You are sick, so most likely your germs are in the air anyway. Like, most likely he was probably going to get, unless you live in a mansion and you're on the other side of, 20,000 square feet. You know what I'm saying?
It was inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, inevitable. Like Thanos. Okay, no Marvel fans? No Marvel fans?
No, I got you.
Famous quote.
It was good.
Famous quote. I am inevitable. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, now, if you were to purposely go and lick all the glasses and go lick the orange juice container and shove your tongue in there, which I've done before, by the way. I have done that before with my sister so that she would not drink out of my glass or drink my drink.
You have taken bites out of everybody's burritos at a company lunch.
But I've never done it to get someone sick. You ever do that? Like, I used to do this to my sister. Like, if I get a drink, I'd be like, this is mine.
Yeah.
Can't touch it. Don't touch it. And if she drank it, I was sick, then she'd get sick.
Yeah, but you're drinking out of his orange juice, right?
Yeah, it was his. I mean, it's his bottle, yeah.
All right, well, that's a good little confession. It's a good little secret,
Why it's a
brother.
dirty little secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get off my chest. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it, Louie. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thank you.
Been a while since we had a dirty little secret. If you have one, call us, 877-937-1047, or text us. Text your dirty little secret. You put JJR and then your dirty little secret to 96893. John J. and Rich, a couple text messages in reference to what your dog ate. This 480 number says, John J. and Rich, my pity Rocco, who we rescued for free, swallowed a sock, a small stuffed animal, basically anything you get when we first got him. That sock cost us $3,000, most expensive sock ever. Recently, he ate an entire pack of gum. I freaked out. Luckily, it was one of the few brands made with a different sweetener. He's also allergic to the world, so he has special food and meds. Most expensive free dog ever.
Oh.
My old dog Dory would eat my underwear, whole undies. She would inevitably barf them up in front of any guest we had. I would have to buy new undies constantly to replace what I lost to her panty snacking.
That is so embarrassing. The dog coming out. Blah. You're like, oh, I gotta take these. Excuse me.
Oh, man. Okay. So, Payton, while you were gone in Europe, did you watch any TV shows? I mean, on the plane, I would assume?
Yeah, I actually did. I watched the Gabby Petito documentary, which was insane. Absolutely insane. I have a lot of opinions on that. And then I also watched Scream Queens, which is like, I know it's an older show, but I binged it, and it's so good.
That was on Fox for a while?
It was on Fox, and then you can watch it. I think it's on like Hulu or something like that, but it's like Emma Roberts, Keke Palmer, Ariana Grande, Glenn Powell. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, it's so good. Such a good show.
Glenn Powell, that's crazy.
Yeah, when I watched it, I was like, now you're like really famous.
Are you guys talking about Scream Queens? Finally?
Yes, it's so
Oh my God, it's
good.
only been 10 years.
You've been talking about that show forever.
Oh man, it's the best show. Like the first season. Did you watch both seasons?
Yeah.
Oh, the first season is undeniably good.
Yes, and I like when I finished season 2, I was like, okay, this is good, but season 1 is way better.
Ariana Grande says something so gross in the first season that's not repeatable on radio, but I think about it all the time, dude. And I don't really like Ariana Grande.
What is it? What app is it on?
What is what?
What app is it on?
It's on Hulu. You can watch it on Hulu.
On Hulu, I'm watching Paradise. Anyone get into Paradise yet?
Mm-mm.
No, okay, it's pretty damn good. Because of Grant, I watched 0 Day.
Oh, yeah, I started that this morning.
What, did you finish it?
Is that a good or
Dude,
a
no,
bad?
I'm like, I got about halfway through the second episode, and I just was like...
I watched the whole thing. All because of you. Because you said...
Yeah, you said...
came in here, I stayed up till midnight watching 0 Day with Robert De Niro. Whoa.
You were like, De Niro's back.
Dude, the first episode was pretty heat. Like, it was a good...
That's all I've watched so far.
Yeah,
it was a
but
pretty good episode.
Will you finish it, please? Because let me tell you what I think.
I don't know. There's so many other
There's
things
only
to watch
6 episodes. I've watched all 6. And I didn't like it. This is going to sound, I'm going to critique Robert De Niro really bad. I don't think at this moment he's a very good actor.
Yes.
He used to be a great actor. It's almost like he's not believable as a former president of the United States. It should have been Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford would have been great in that show.
Totally.
And then when it ends, I don't think I'm smart enough to understand the show.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm like, what happened?
But I'll tell you what, that first, when you're watching it for the first 15 minutes, and he meets with the lady who's going to write his book, and she leaves, when the thing happens, it's awesome.
Wait, so you still don't know what happened?
I don't know if I care, right?
No, it's like number 2 on Netflix right now.
Okay.
And then there's, I finished White Lotus, the first episode of White Lotus, which, again, I don't understand why people are into that show.
Oh, it's good. I love it.
You said you liked the 3rd season or the 2nd season, and so you were really getting into it.
This is the 3rd season. They dropped 2 episodes. I watched the first episode. What?
I was going to say, here's my thought about the White Lotus in general, is it's incredible because it makes time slow down. It's the only TV show that feels like 3 hours when you watch 42 minutes of television.
No, that's not a compliment, I would say.
No, it's awful.
You don't like it either?
Why do you like it?
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out why I would recommend this show to somebody, and I don't know that I could, but did I wait for the 2nd episode and watch it last night and think it was wildly entertaining? I don't know. I did. I just enjoy the characters, the dialogue, the scenery. I think it's all really compelling. I know it's got to get to someplace a little faster, but I assume it's going to get there. The 2nd season it ended with a bang. I assume this one's good. This one started with a bang.
Yeah, it's like everyone on the show is the least likable character.
Well,
like,
that's part of it.
All the families suck. Like, everybody sucks on that show.
Right. They're in this resort in Thailand, and they're just not happy.
Yeah.
All of them.
I'd be so
weird.
stoked if I got a week at that place.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it does make you want to go to all the
drama.
places.
Anyway.
Yeah, I like it.
Did you guys finish Dexter, the original Sin?
Oh, yeah.
I finished it, and I wanted more, so I'm now rewatching the original series.
Oh, seriously?
It's so good.
Because I'm watching it, and like the casting's crazy. Actually,
Right.
Like Dexter really looks like Dexter.
Crazy.
Like,
Especially when he
that's
cuts his hair.
trippy. That's trippy.
Yeah.
And I'm like at the part with the finger, but I haven't gotten that much. So I'm like, it's getting good. It was a little boring in the beginning, and now it's getting good. I think.
It's really good.
Okay, so stick with it.
by the last episode, you're like, oh, I can't wait for the next season.
Okay.
Peyton, did you watch We Beat the Dream Team?
I didn't, but
Have you heard of it?
I went. Yeah, I saw it. It's the guys that went to go play against like Michael Jordan and that right, the college team.
That's on Max, HBO
I'm
Max.
familiar with the story, but I haven't watched the documentary yet.
The quick story is they put together the Dream Team. The United States lost in the Olympics, and they're the ones that invented basketball. So they made a rule that now pros can play. It was a big deal. So they put together the best pros ever, thinking that they would never lose. So what team was going to practice against the pros? That team that was going to practice against the pros probably would have been the team that goes to the Olympics, right? So it's Bobby Hurley, it's Grant Hill, it's a bunch of basketball that are legends now.
Yeah.
So they play the Dream Team. They beat the Dream Team at practice on a scrimmage, and there's no footage of it. And it's just been all rumors for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
But then Grant Hill found the footage.
Oh, wow.
So now it's Michael Jordan,
That's
it's Magic
cool.
Johnson, it's Charles Barkley, and they're all talking about this game. And then there's a credible twist at the end that's like, whoa, it's really good.
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
Yeah,
I'll have
I
to
know.
go watch that. Is that the LA Olympics? The one that
No,
they
I
did?
think it was Barcelona.
Oh, okay, because my grandma was telling me that at the last LA Olympics or whatever in like 50-something, my grandma went, and she said she left the basketball game because she felt like our USA team wasn't humble, and she like walked out. So I didn't know if it was that same game, maybe.
The LA Olympics were like 84.
Or 84 or something like that, yeah.
And then there's another show on Netflix. It's top 10 right now. It's called Gold Court. Have you seen that yet?
Mm-mm.
That's all about the Summer Olympics, all the basketball teams.
I didn't know that's what it was called. Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, that's
I
good,
didn't know
right?
that's what it was called. Yeah, it was interesting, but they need to do one for the women's.
Oh.
That's my opinion.
And Kyle, you caught up on Severance?
No, I told you I'm waiting.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm
caught
waiting
up to
for
a certain
some
point.
more. I'm caught up to like episode 4.
Okay.
I think, and I think they've dropped 3 episodes since then. I maybe watch it 4 episodes at a time. I'm excited to see it again, but I have been watching Dexter, the original Dexter, and I cannot stop watching that. And then you told me Reacher season 3 dropped, so I
watched
started that.
So did I. That was pretty good.
And then I watched an episode of Zero Day, and it was good, but
Wait, how far are you in Reacher season 3?
just the first episode.
Did you finish the first episode?
I don't know if I finished.
Okay,
the
because
first
the very
episode yet.
beginning, there's things that happen that are like very not Reacher-like.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
I was like, what's that? And
Oh
then
well, yes, I did finish because
Okay, they
because
explain.
I'm in.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
So am I. Good. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was like, what? He wouldn't do that. I can't believe that happened.
I know.
And then they explained something. I was like, oh,
Okay.
dang. I like that Reacher show a lot, man.
It's a good show. It's on Amazon Prime. Because you know what's funny is I was looking for it on Netflix and I'm like, I can't find it. And then I had to Google where it's streamed. Because it's been a while since the second season, but it's on Amazon Prime.
Did you finish the movie that I think you, Grant, and I all started at the same time, that Let's Start a Cult? Did you
No,
finish that
I
yet?
got. It's so funny.
It's so good, I
I'm about
finished it.
15, 20 minutes in. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's good. It's the whole thing is that consistently good.
Oh, it is? You
Yeah.
finished it?
Yeah, I finished it. I thought it was great.
I do want to start that Netflix show. It's in the top 10. It's the search for Instagram's worst con artist or something
yeah,
like that.
I saw that. The Scamanda.
That looks good.
Well, you know why? Because that's the thing that we were talking about. Grant and I've been talking about. That's the girl that said she had brain cancer, right?
Is that the apple cider vinegar show?
Apple cider vinegar?
That's what I was just. I started it.
The real documentary about the girl, and it's just you should watch Apple Cider Vinegar. It's crazy.
Well, if you just watch that, you watch the teaser for that show. They asked the girl, "So, did you have chemotherapy in 1995?" And she's like, "Well, I thought I did." They answered the question, "Did you have chemotherapy?" And I'm like, "Man, I got to watch this."
Well, and then there's another show on Hulu that just dropped called Scamanda. That is very similar. It's like the American version of a cancer scam artist, and it's wild. Like, I recommend that one for sure. It's 4 episodes. It's great.
All right. So I got to bounce something off you guys, and I've been waiting to tell you guys this, just because it's kind of stupid, but I can't stop thinking about it. So my entire life, I was 6'4", right? In college, I mean, they measured me. I had to do all the stuff where you stand. And they measured me. Was. That's what I'm going with. Was 6'4", and then a couple years ago, when my son started playing basketball, I went to they were measuring him, and I was like, let me measure myself, and I was under 6'4". I was like, huh, and I figured my spine, getting older, doing whatever, my spine shrank, so I could see so I was like 6'3 3/4". Last week here at the radio station, they hired a new guy down the hall, a new producer for one of the shows. And I saw that they were interviewing him, and he said he was 6'1". And I was going to the bathroom the other day, and we passed each other, and I could swear he was taller than me. And I'm like, that guy's 6'1"? He's taller than me. And I'm like, how can he? And I'm like, what? Can I shrink? Is that possible?
I don't think that much.
I think people do, but not that much.
I bet you he was wearing a hat, huh? And like the hats that said
Could
person
even
wears
maybe
is
he
a
was
little
wearing a
bit
hat.
higher build, yeah.
But I was
bet
like-
she was wearing a hat.
And I've never cared about my height ever, because I've always just been taller than most people.
Yeah, you're
Never-
Dutch. All Dutch people are tall.
I guess you're right.
I learned that.
Payton was just there.
They're so
Got
tall.
that Viking blood.
But I was just so I wrote it down. I was like, and I walked by him again, and he was tall. I gotta pay attention if he has a hat. That'd be great if he has a hat on.
What if you are now 5'11"? What if you
He's
shrunk double?
definitely not
'Cause he's
5'11".
6'1".
You're probably really probably 6'3".
Like I
true to
stood
height,
next to someone, and someone
no
goes,
shoes.
I remember one time this guy who was 6'4" said to me, "You're not 6'4", and I go, "Well, I have really bad posture." So when we stood up next to each other,
Yeah.
I was taller. I was
Yeah,
a little
you're
taller.
kinda slumped
I was
over.
more slouched over, but I just couldn't believe that.
You walk with a slouch.
Yeah, I do.
That's true, yeah. And then maybe you were walking with your slouch, and that's why he seemed taller than you.
I work with short people. Yeah, when
come
Kyle's
down
not
to our
wearing
level.
normal shoes, she's walking around barefoot or whatever reason. It's like, oh my God, you're so tiny. We're going to get to some entertainment news. Justin Bieber. What about last night award show? My favorite thing from the award show last night was the little clip with Harrison Ford. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, my God. It's so funny. It's great. Lots of stuff going on, right? Bieber. Oh, what about the Diddy stuff? That's crazy, too. We're getting to all that next. John, Jay, and Rich.
Missed a part of the show this morning? No worries. It's all there on iHeartRadio.
Charmy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Okay. I'm calling because I was listening and I was wondering, you guys were talking about different movies and shows you guys are watching on TV, and I was wondering if you guys had watched the movie on Hulu, Longlegs.
Grant has watched it and saw it in the theaters and said it was one of the creepiest movies he's ever seen, right?
Oh, my. Yes, I watched it last night, and I was just... at first, I was like, okay, this is going to be really good. It psychologically messes with your head. And then it goes to, okay, what's going on? But at the end, it explains everything. It was great. If you want me to tell you a little bit about it, I can.
That's with Nicolas Cage, right?
It is with Nicolas Cage. He can play that role like really, really good. I don't think anybody else could have played the role that he did.
Go ahead, Grant.
It was great.
Yeah, if John Jay wasn't such a baby about scary movies, I wanted to recommend you watch it. I've told you about it so many times.
I know you have. I don't want to see a scary movie.
Dude, it's unbelievable. It's such a fun, scary movie.
I work so hard to put positive thoughts in my head that I just don't want. I don't want darkness.
Dude, you got to do it.
No.
Just for Nick Cage, brother.
No,
He's
John
wild.
Jay.
What?
John Jay, you have to listen to Grant. It is so good. And it's not like scary like that, but it's really, really good. You should watch it. I promise
Charmin.
You won't regret it.
Okay, I'll think about it. Thanks for calling in, Charmin.
All right, great.
Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Kyle, what's going on with Justin Bieber?
That's the question. What is going on with Justin Bieber? He's been really busy lately. He was just at a big charity hockey game, had like a playful, fun, fake fight with Jeremy Roenick, all as well. And then he actually showed up at his wife, Hailey Bieber's cosmetics line Rhode. There was a pop-up shop, and he showed up. And there's a video that I posted on my Instagram, but you could pretty much see it everywhere, of him talking to a fan, and his smile just looks very weird. Like, he does not look sober. Now, he got sober back in 2016, and supposedly he's been sober ever since. But fans are wondering, after a couple videos have surfaced of him recently, and TMZ posted this picture of him walking down the street in New York City a couple days ago, and his eyes are just bloodshot and just sunken in, and he does not look well right now from all of the things that we're seeing. So everyone's like, he's on hard drugs again. It literally looks like he is on drugs.
I hope he's not. But with all the stuff that's been happening, with Diddy and him being, you could kind of see it.
You could see if he was trying to self-medicate, especially if, you could totally see that. However, his rep just told TMZ, he's not back on hard drugs. He has been dealing with divorce rumors that are absolutely false. He's been dealing with all this stuff.
Yeah, but you don't look like that.
The constant berating about his mental health is exhausting for him. He said the picture that TMZ got where he didn't look well, he hadn't slept. He was up all night. He was working in the lab, the music lab. And the video of him interacting with the fan was just him being silly, giggling with a fan. His rep claims he is still sober and we have nothing to worry about, and that Justin Bieber is not back on hard drugs.
I had also heard, and last night I heard he was all over the place. I heard that Bieber might have been also taking Ozempic. That's why he looks like that.
Why would he need to take that?
There's all these skinny people doing it. That's what I heard about the Screen Actors Awards last night. There are all these skinny people that were already skinny and now they're skinnier.
We need to just leave Justin Bieber alone. He's been going through this for 15 years now, 18 years. Just let him be for once.
I know. It's actually real sad. And you bring the SAG Awards up, John Jay. Yeah, the stars on the red carpet that a lot of people noticed were already thin to begin with, right? It's then you look at Brooke Shields, Demi Moore, Ariana Grande, Georgina Chapman, Selena Gomez even. And everyone's it is hashtag Ozempic Awards. You can, but the thing is I go back to, so I had a girlfriend who moved to LA in college, and she wanted to be an actress, and we would go out and visit her, and every time we would visit her, she would be losing weight, and we would be like, babe, you don't look healthy right now, we're really worried about you. And she's like, it's okay, the camera really does add 10 pounds. So there's so much pressure in Hollywood to be thin that now that there's this pill that just makes you thin, a lot of thin people are taking it just to drop an extra 10 pounds.
Right.
And for what? I don't know if it's super healthy, but hopefully their doctors are paying attention to them. At the SAG Awards last night, a bunch of things happened that I thought was kind of funny. Like during the award show, Kieran Culkin won, and his speech was classic.
Thank you, SAG-AFTRA, for this incredibly heavy award. That's why they put the thing here, I guess, right? I don't think there's any way anyone can hold this for 45 seconds, which is the allotted time, Adrian Brody, 45 seconds. There was no reason to take that shot. I love you. It's a joke. You take your time.
There was another laughable moment when Jamie Lee Curtis presented Colin Farrell with an award.
The actor goes to the man who gave me COVID at the Golden Globes, Colin Farrell.
Guilty as charged. But Brendan Gleeson gave it to me, so I was just spreading the love.
Did he win it for the Joker? Or, I'm sorry, for
The Penguin. Yeah, he did. He did. And it's funny because, like, COVID, I guess, is kind of going around. A bunch of people that were on the SNL 50 special all got COVID, like Martin Short. He was not in attendance last night, but his show, Only Murders in the Building, won. And Selena Gomez, she accepted the award.
We never win. This is so weird. Okay, well, Marty and Steve aren't here because, you know, they don't really care. But I don't know what to say.
Remember
you
to
guys
thank
so
Marty
much.
and Steve.
Oh, and thank you to Marty and Steve for helping raise me.
They're not here because they don't really care.
I think it's really kind of fun to watch Selena Gomez. Like, she's always had, like, kind of a sense of humor, but she's picking up on Steve Martin's, their humor, and Martin Short's humor. It's like, and she's bringing it in. I like that side of her. And then Timothée Chalamet accepted the Best Actor in a Motion Picture Award for A Complete Unknown. And you can just hear, like, the drive he has.
I can't downplay the significance of this award because it means the most to me. I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm as inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Viola Davis as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there. So I'm deeply grateful to that. This doesn't signify that, but it's a little more fuel. It's a little more ammo to keep going. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Michael Phelps with the swim moves. Michael Jordan with tennis shoes. Sophia.
Hi, John Jay. This is Sophia. I just wanted to let you know I'm calling in from Philadelphia. Listen to you guys every day. But I wanted to let you know. Yeah. No, I used to be. I'm in the Navy, so I move every 2 years, so I take you guys along wherever I go. But I was listening to yesterday's podcast, and you guys were discussing the things that you guys are embarrassed to admit, and John Jay said he was embarrassed to admit that he is obsessed with skincare. So am I. But I've been listening. I had some advice for him. Dr. Andrea Dray, she goes by Dr. Dray, D-R-A-Y, on YouTube. She gives countless advice on skincare, hair, skin, nails. She's got 2 doctorate degrees, PhD and MD, but a wealth of skincare advice. Anything like if you type in Dr. Dray and like psoriasis or Dr. Dray balding, going bald, whatever, she will have probably dozens of videos for you to watch and
so that's
get
who
free
Dr.
skincare
Dre
advice.
is.
Yeah, not the rapper.
Oh, okay. I'm typing it in right now. Okay, let me see what comes up.
Dr. Dre. Yes, and she makes one video every single day.
Steal.
Yeah, that's
Your face. Your face.
That's her. Yeah.
Yo, skin better on your face, yo. Put that lotion, rub it all around.
She's been doing skin advice ever since Honey was wearing Sassoons.
Yeah, and she has transformed my skin. So just listen to her. She will transform your skin.
Well, I misspoke. I think you misunderstood me. I said I'm obsessed with foreskin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who do I follow for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, very
All
nice.
right, well, good
Sophia,
luck.
thank you so much for listening, and I will check her out. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, well, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
I've been throw up the sex in
John Jay and Rich. We're going to play a game. We need a contestant. We got tickets. Tate McCray on the line. Call us at 877-937-1047 to play. While we find a contestant, we saw that Payton was out of the country, but it looked more like Kyle went back in time.
That's so appropriate, John Jay, because
Right.
it was Time Traveler's Weekend at the Renaissance Festival, which isn't it every weekend?
Getting into a Let's Go to the Future Renaissance Festival.
Well, it's funny because I saw Kyle there. I didn't see her. I saw her on social media. She was posting, and she's like, "Hey, I'm here." And I was like, how come she's not posting her kids? Because I figured you have these kids running around, but she didn't. And then I found out. You would think.
I had the plans.
This is all for myself.
I had the plans of bringing my entire family. In fact, we were going to also bring a family, like friend of ours, their whole family too. We were going to go. There's going to be 7 of us. And it was going to be phenomenal, right? Making memories, whatever. And then Easton's football team decided to schedule their end of the year pizza party the same exact day and time where we were going to go to the Renaissance Festival. And I said, you know what? I'm still going. Because there is nothing more than I love than a turkey leg and some jousting.
The Renaissance Festival is always such a good time.
No, it is. And they had invited me there to host or judge, I think, the competition that you hosted last year, Payton. It was like the Heroes and Villains contest for the kids.
Oh my gosh, I had the Princess contest last year, but I can only imagine how hard it was for you as a Libra to have to make a decision on little children's costumes.
Well, you kind of freaked me out going into it, quite honestly, because when you went, there was a kid who I guess was crying because they didn't win. And I was like, I can't do that to a child, and all these kids are so dang cute and tried hard on their costumes and it was amazing. But I felt less pressure because I also had the Queen and Princess Pumpkin was there. And so all 3 of us were kind of judging. And so I didn't feel like my votes actually had it wasn't just me deciding. Plus all of the contestants got something and they all walked away happy. So I was pretty happy about that. But because I was there alone, I had kind of thought to myself, maybe I'll just go and then judge the event and then maybe just leave. Because, do I really want to, be walking around by myself? But then when you're there and you're just, immersed in this, old-timey town and, everyone's dressed up in, kings and queens and knights in armor and everything like that, I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm walking around. They got 16 different stages here. So I'm like, go watch, the fire breather, the fire eater, go watch the contortionists, jumping out, doing crazy things with their bodies.
If you're a people watcher, it's people watching plus all that.
Yeah. Oh, it's entertainment beyond.
And the food and the drinks are so good. Did you go walk by the guy that was letting people throw tomatoes at his face while he insulted them?
What?
Because that was amazing.
Somehow I missed that guy.
Where is it?
Gosh, he was awesome.
The Renaissance Festival. Yeah. It's it out there. It took longer than I had expected it was going to take. It's way past the 60 in Gold Canyon. You have to just keep going.
Past the Apache Junction.
You take the 60 until it's no longer the 60.
The Legacy Gym.
I think that's Globe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, wherever it is. It's far out there, but they have to do that because as you go out there, you drive out there, you're basically going back in time.
Yeah.
And then you feel like you're totally into it. But yeah, I had to make it a point to watch the jousting because that's my favorite part of the Renaissance
Festival. Your videos are pretty cool. We should post those. They were posted on John Jane Rich, weren't they, at the time? If not, we should repost it because it was great.
Is it if the restaurant Medieval Time was an entire town?
Oh, totally. And that's and that happens during the jousting. You pick a night and then you're booing the other nights. And we were woo, 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 for our night. It was amazing.
How long were you there for?
I was there for, I think, almost 4 hours.
Desiree, hello.
Hi.
You are our contestant for Tate McRae tickets.
Heck yeah, I'm so excited.
All right, what game are we playing, Greg?
Oh, brother, we're playing ADD Trivia. It's a hot start to the Monday. Big week ahead of us. So basically how this game works, Desiree, is I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to ask everyone a random trivia question. You just have to give me the best possible answer. Does that sound good, Desiree?
Sounds good.
You got to be bold, Desiree. Right, guys?
I got you.
Guys? Yeah. All right.
Was that 1993, 1994?
Exactly. All right, John J. Van Ness, we start with you. John J. Who was the first Disney princess with a tattoo?
Elsa.
Peyton.
Ooh, Payton Whitmore for the steal.
Pocahontas.
There she is back with a commanding lead from the jump. Nice job, Payton.
I'm back.
John Jay, there's next round. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry, brother. All right, Rich Mara. What drink was first marketed with hillbilly-themed advertising since its name is a euphemism for moonshine?
What if that's whiskey? Whiskey.
Incorrect. I was looking for Mountain Dew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's another name for
Like a synonym?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
We learn things here on the John Jay and Rich Show. Go to johnjayandrich.com for all the today's key vocabulary words. Right, guys? Payton Whitmore, back from her wonderful trip. Payton, what kind of sauce is served on Eggs Benedict?
Hollandaise.
There she is. Wow, 2 points.
Oh, you were just in Holland.
I was.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Do they call it mostly Holland or the Netherlands when you're there?
It's interchangeable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle and Fogg, are you ready?
I think so.
All right. What song contains the lyrics, "Whatever happened to the Transylvania Twist"?
The Monster Match.
There she is. Only 249 days till Halloween, guys.
Yay!
Just enough shopping days to get your
Guys,
costumes.
what are we going to be?
Oh, thinking.
Nice job, Kyle. You're on the board. Desiree,
Yes, I'm ready.
what weather phenomenon swept Dorothy Gale to the land of Oz?
A tornado?
Nice job, Desiree. Congratulations. We move on to round 2. John Jay, Rich. No points for you guys. Payton is in the lead with 2 points. John Jay. What physical interactive feature did Apple introduce to their MacBook Pro laptop series in the fall of 2016? Here's a hint. You have that exact computer, John Jay.
Okay, can you say the question again, the first
Yes. What physical interactive feature did Apple introduce to their MacBook Pro laptop series fall of 2016?
FaceTime?
For the steal.
Wait, who'd you guys hear? Payton or Rich?
I think Payton was first.
All right, Payton.
Isn't it the little touch screen bar at the top?
It is the touch screen. Wow, 3 points for Payton.
I didn't know I had
That
a
was
touch
my my senior graduation gift. That was the best laptop ever.
Fun fact, you have the fingerprint thing, and I don't even think your fingerprint logs
It's
into
your
it. It's my fingerprint.
Amazing.
Rich Barra.
That's how uninvolved he is in his own life.
Rich Barra, what delicious food is sometimes known as goober grease? Goober grease.
What delicious food is sometimes known as goober grease?
Goober grease.
It's got to be something sticky, right?
Yeah.
Is it ramen?
Incorrect.
Desiree for steal.
Ooh, Desiree.
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter. Yeah, it turns out a single peanut is the slang term for it is goober.
Oh, I
You
like
see,
that.
yeah.
You goober.
Yeah,
You
right?
peanut.
Don't you know what goober is?
What?
It's the peanut butter and jelly that's already mixed in the jar.
Yeah.
Not going to open 2 jars.
Payton Whitmore. Which actor played the role of God in the movie Bruce Almighty?
Oh, no. What's his name? Ben Stiller.
What?
No.
Rich for the steal.
Yikes.
So close.
Can we just pause for what a bad answer that was?
Why is that a bad answer?
Ben Stiller?
Isn't that what his name is?
I mean, that's his name.
Is
but-
Bruce Almighty?
Yeah. Rich for the seal.
You're thinking of Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Easily confused. Morgan
Okay,
Freeman.
but Ben Stiller is in. He's Bruce.
No.
Who's
Jim
Bruce?
Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Okay, but Ben Stiller and Jim Carrey like the same font.
The exact
So I
same.
was
Yeah.
Bruce
basically
Almighty
almost
2.
there.
Bruce Almighty 2, and
Evan.
it's Stephen Carell.
Evan Almighty.
Oh, yeah. Evan
Yeah,
Almighty,
yeah.
Steve Carell.
I didn't listen to the God who played God. I'm sorry, Morgan Freeman. Please forgive me.
Kyle.
He'll be like, never in my life have I been.
I'm so happy Peyton's back.
Somebody
Thought
thought
about that
I
time.
love you.
Payton insulted me.
no one has ever confused me and Ben Stiller.
Kyle and Fogg.
Yes.
What kind of cheese is most commonly sold in the U.S. as processed string cheese?
Oh, that would be mozzarella cheese.
Ooh, I like that. Rich,
Yes.
how do you say that?
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. Very nice, Kyle. Good job. Desiree, are you ready?
Yeah.
This one's worth 4 points. You could win it all here. The average adult human has 32 of what?
Organ?
Of what? Or did you say organs?
Yeah.
Ooh, incorrect.
Peyton,
Payton Whitmore.
your teeth.
Whoa! Payton came to play
On
today
fire.
with
on fire.
7 points.
Wow.
Payton Whitmore has won ADD trivia today.
She just was just on an official game show,
I
so
was.
it's like
True.
almost not fair for the
And
rest
that with
of
the
us.
Ben Stiller answer.
I was studying my trivia, but honestly, I feel like Desiree should go see Tate McRae.
Yes, go Des.
All right, Desiree.
Thanks, Payton.
You get Tate McRae. Hold on the line, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that Ben Stiller answer. The ball would have knocked her in the pool. You were playing that game, whatever you shot in Europe.
I wasn't listening fully to your question, Grant. I'm sorry.
The game that you were on in Europe, is that the way they eliminate people? That's the only way the ball hits them?
Yeah, like if you get the answer wrong, this giant red ball comes down and knocks you into this giant pool.
But the only way you know if you got it wrong is that. Like, you don't see the ball coming,
No,
right?
because your back is to it.
Like, if you were to say Ben Stiller, they would, like, probably go, okay, and move on and wait for the ball to hit you.
Mhm.
They'd try
Were
to
the balls silent?
Yeah.
Silent balls?
Good question.
Well, yeah. Well, you couldn't hear them. You didn't know if you were getting hit. You had no idea. You didn't know. And
So,
neither did the crowd.
if you turn around, the balls won't hit you in the face?
If you turn around, the balls would hit you in the face.
Uh-huh.
You would like that.
I would. I'm going to sign me up for that game.
How big are the balls?
They're huge. They were probably like 12 feet.
Whoa.
Stop setting me up on this right now. 12 It really seems like you're interested in what I'm trying to tell you, and you're being inappropriate.
12-foot balls?
You know what? Those in your face.
Oh, dude. Also, you get goober balls.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Stupid. This is going nowhere good fast.
Sounds like you guys had fun.
Yeah, so Peyton was in Europe, and her whole family was filming a game called, what was it called?
The quiz with balls.
Quiz with balls. Yeah, that's right. All right. Let's go to 3 things you need to know, Kyle.
I'm going to tell you the normal activities that you may do every day that ER doctors say stop doing. Next with John, Jay, and Rich.
Good morning. Wake up every morning. Start your day with John, Jay, and Rich.
I wake up with my favorite artist. Hey, this is Sabrina Carpenter.
What's up, guys? This is Post Malone.
It's Benson Boone, and you're waking up with John, Jay, and Rich.
Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
Several ER doctors across the country revealed the truth behind some normal activities they say you should stop doing immediately before it's too late. Since there is a lot of snow out there in the United States right now, or if you're traveling to somewhere snowy, they say just don't wear Crocs. They're not designed for the snow, and injuries are just bound to happen. Also, don't rush while slicing avocados. Avocados are surprisingly a main culprit for knife-related injuries in the ER, along with bagels. Just don't slice towards yourself. They also say never trust the joys of a trampoline. ER docs actually call trampolines a broken bone factory, seeing fractures, dislocations, spinal injuries, head injuries all the time. I hear that too, but they're so much fun. Strange dogs are not your friend, so definitely ask the owner before petting, and don't brush off sudden symptoms. They say when it comes to sudden severe symptoms, several ER doctors say time is of the essence. So if some intense pain comes on suddenly, don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. Don't be too big to go to the doctor. Former Yankee star Alex Rodriguez was in attendance at the basketball game between the Army and Bucknell University. They noticed he was there, and they were like, hey, do you want to come and do the halftime half-court shot? You have the opportunity to earn $10,000 for a student if you make the shot. And he's like, sure, why not? He goes, he shoots, he sinks the half-court shot and wins the student $10,000. So not only is he amazing at baseball, but he also is not too bad at basketball as well.
Yeah,
I saw the video. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's pretty amazing.
I wish he would have been like, let me double it. It would have made it that much better. If he would have,
Totally.
you know what I mean? That would have been
But way
really
to put him
cool.
on the spot, too.
Yeah. I know.
Do you want to
I
double
was
it,
like,
even though you weren't here for
maybe
this?
just a little bit more, A-Rod.
Totally. The U.S. Postal Service has been saying this for some time, that they were going to honor the late actress legend Betty White with her own Forever stamp. And now they're actually doing it. They gave it like a release date, a drop date for stamps, you guys. That's what we're doing right now. It's Betty White, March 27th. They will drop the Betty White Forever stamp. It'll be a picture of her and then the Forever USA printed below her name. And I want to stock up on these because this is what I want to send my Christmas cards out with.
It's going to
The
be
Betty White
amazing.
stamp.
And like these are all going to sell out and then they're going to go for crazy on eBay.
Yeah,
so get
totally.
them now.
You're right. That's 3 things you need to know.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ickowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.